All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Omar, and I wanted to talk to you today about a serious issue that we're having nowadays, and everyone knows the um, the obesity rate is it's a serious problem um, because of health. It affects your health, and you have to take accountability and just take better care of yourself. And if you'll excuse me, I'm just having here some black coffee with a little bit of cinnamon, no sugar, as I'm doing a little intermittent fasting, which I normally do always on Fridays. And I have seen that it has helped me along with my journey. I would advise, if you're going to do it, start, maybe half a day or something, however you can handle it. But, don't just do a full day. Me, I can actually do a full day. I've been doing this for about a year now, and it works. I see how it has helped in many ways. It really helps, it basically helps to clean your system, you know. It's a very good thing, and I would also suggest to drink plenty of water, as I do as well. But yeah, we have a serious problem with food. We tend to look for comfort in food when you have a tough day. Oh, it's a tough day. I'm stressed out. I need to get a donut. I need a burger. And that's not good, especially when you're trying to lose weight. That's not going to help. You have to be basically burning more than what you're consuming, what your intake is. And we need to change that. And the way to do it is you have to eat less and you have to go healthier. You have to avoid so many fried foods. And it's tough because it's more work when you got a meal prep, but it's worth it. It is so worth it. When you get to that point that you start to hit your goals, you don't even want to go back. You don't even want to go back because you see the work that you put into it, and you see also how good you feel. You look better. Obviously, you're going to look better. You're going to get compliments. You're going to feel more confident. But like I said, you have to avoid eating so many calories. That's the issue. I have heard people tell me, "Oh, it's hard. It's really hard for me to lose weight." Yeah, it is, because you got to work. You got to work at it. Unless you're gonna be doing some crazy stuff, injecting yourself or whatever, putting, trying to take a shortcut, which is dangerous. Doing it the old-fashioned way is the best way to go about it. It's healthy. It's the smart way to do it. And you just have to take charge. You can't let food control you. You have to take control of what you're eating, what you're putting in your body. We think too much sometimes about food, and that has to change. That's the only way. You would be shocked at how many calories you consume if you were to track it. Me, I don't track calories. What I do is I just I make sure that what I'm eating, it's small, compared to how I used to eat before. I'm not starving myself. I'm just eating less and making sure that I'm going for whole foods, green veggies, almonds, all that stuff. And also, putting in protein into your body. You need protein. And if, you want to build and burn, then you have to lift weights. You have to work out. If not, then what's going to happen is that if you're, overweight and you lose weight, what's gonna happen is you're still gonna look the same, only like a smaller version. They call it skinny fat. And that is so frustrating. So you have to lift weights. You have to do strength training because you want to build as you're losing weight. You're going to lose weight if you're, doing the right thing with nutrition, but you have to also work out. You have to. You got to do it. I'm going to continue to talk about these things in other videos, but I strongly suggest if you're losing weight, you're trying to lean, you're trying to get lean, you got to lift weights, man. You have to work out. You got to put in the work, man. You don't want to have that skinny fat look. That is not cool. It's very, very frustrating when that happens. And I've seen a lot of people that have done that. They have lost a lot of weight and they look like I'm like, wow, they look like just a smaller version of what you were, at 300 pounds. Now, you dropped, whatever, 50, 40, 60 pounds. So that's why I strongly suggest that you lift weights, do strength training, and basically, take control of your nutrition. We just eat too much. We eat too much. I see it all around. Every day when I go out, I see so many people that are just obese. And that's not cool, man. That's not cool. So take care of yourself. Take control of your nutrition. So that way you can start, hitting those goals that you have. Take care. Have a very, very blessed day. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.